Manage Comics. Coming to you from a secret underground lair, these dedicated heroes discuss the business of comics, industry news, comic book retail issues, and the latest developments from Manage Comics. They are promoters of comics, champions of small business, and four-color heroes. They are the Manage Comics team.
Welcome. It is Thursday. Let's see, is my microphone even on? Is it actually? Yeah, I am miking. Okay, all right. Welcome. I'm using new AirPods, and they're like completely sound deadening, and it feels so weird. So I'm actually gonna pop one out because it's freaking me out. Yeah, I just got them like an hour ago, so it feels really weird. Anyway, welcome to Meanwhile at Manage Comics. And today we are going to have a really fun episode. We're talking SortSwift, and that is not the subtitle that I was supposed to have on there. So yeah, we're going to talk SortSwift. We're talking all about the SortSwift POS, which we'll see in action. We're going to meet the developer. You can ask questions. So it's going to be a good time. Look, he's right there. Look at him. He's having conversations with people behind the scenes. Maybe he'll even have a live presentation. We'll see. We're going to do some quick news. So up first, holy mackerel. It has been a day. It has been a day. I thought things were going okay. And then from about 11 o'clock, when I got my first text message that was like, have you seen the news? I was like, no, what news? And then it just got crazier and crazier. So Dynamite has moved from Diamond to Lunar. We do not have the data yet. We're still working on getting that data. We're going to have to go back and backfill probably 4 or 5 months worth of products, just the way that Lunar does their data. It won't all be kind of nice and neatly in one file. So we're going to have to go back and bring some stuff in. Not a big deal. We'll just make sure that it's not duplicating anything, that there's no weird barcodes. So just have some patience. FOCs aren't due till Monday. I know everyone loves to get them done on Friday afternoon for some ungodly reason, but you're going to have to redo them again on Monday. So in this case, please just give us some time. Let us just figure this out. The number of people that like jumped on me immediately and like, what is your plan for this? I don't know, man. I'm making this crap up as I go, just like you. We have a bunch of Diamond UK woes. We've got to backfill about 10,000 Diamond UK products because when Diamond USA stopped carrying them, Diamond UK still could. So there's a bunch of stuff that we have to go in. We also have to enable Diamond UK for a bunch of stuff that used to just by default get Diamond US. So there's a whole bunch of that stuff that we're working on. It's an ongoing process, and we're working with folks in the UK to make this better. And I think this is my last piece of news. There was a retailer advisory that went out today that said that this July's previews, which will be released, I think tomorrow, will be digital only. So there will be no physical print previews. I imagine part of that is because they've lost, a third or more of the catalog in the last month. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, kind of an end of an era from where we were before to no previews at all. Quick update on multi-location. So we are still testing. It has come night and day from last week to this week. So this is definitely well underway. But for those of you who were hoping that it would be launched this week, it's not going to be launched this week. Like I've said before, we have to test every piece of Managed Comics. It's a large application. We have lots of parts. We're in a much better place than we were a week ago, but we've discovered some things that really need to be built out and extended, because the way that you deal with multi-location is very different than single location. There's also certain things that we hadn't really considered that we had to update, like some CSV imports and things like that, or sorry, exports and things that need location data and things. So small, minor things, still things that are going to have to be checked and rechecked. So it will launch when it launches. I wish I could give you a better date, but that's honestly the truth. We can't launch it till it's rock solid. It can't impact our current stores. I'm on vacation June 29th and to July 4th, and there's no way that we are launching a feature like 2 days before we go on vacation, because that is a guaranteed way for me to have a miserable time and for my family to be angry at me. And I am not doing that. I love Managed Comics a ton. I love my family just a little bit more. So our target date now is July 10th. July 31st, I wanted to highlight because we've been told recently that that is end of life for Comic Suite. So folks, keep that in mind. I will most likely have some interesting news about Comic Suite later this week. One other update, second printings have been a pain in the butt for a long time. We finally have the data in a place where I'm comfortable that we can add second printings to the front end. So we will have second printings. I was experimenting with this. By the way, we have to go live directly to production in this, which I don't love doing, but QA is completely taken up with multi-store. And we need to get this out because second printings and fourth printings and Transformers inexplicable like 18th printing of number 1 has caused a lot of problems. So that's not the same thing. We don't have to test every piece of this. As soon as I'm done this, I'm going to jump back onto a call with Taras and we're going to iron out one tiny little bug. But as of this week, we'll have second printings as their own sub item on a page. And then over time, we'll have to kind of backfill some of the older ones and move them so that they're doing the same thing, because we did a hack for those for quite a while. Let's talk a little bit about SortSwift, and then I'm going to throw to a video that I edited last night, so we'll see how it works and how it looks. So SortSwift is a TCG point of sale system. It's a great team with aggressive TCG plans. We're working on, actually, we don't even have to anymore. The integration point is done. So we've been working with them on an integration point and that's all done. So it's a great solution. I'm just going to let our video do the talking and I'm just going to drop on it here. Hey, this is a really, really exciting time right now. The comics industry is on fire. The trading card industry is on fire. Games industry is on fire. Everything's firing on all cylinders right now. And one of the things that we've always been missing from Managed Comics is the ability to really integrate well with games and TCGs. And to fill that gap, we have partnered up with a new company, new to us anyway, called SortSwift. And with me right now is Micah from SortSwift. Micah, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about SortSwift. Let's start with what inspired you to create this system?
So I was a customer of Binder POS for a long time. Kind of saw their services declining, like catalogs weren't getting added, things weren't being repriced.
This is post the eBay acquisition?
Yeah, post eBay acquisition, everything just started going downhill. So we started working on our own thing in, I believe it was May. So it's been about a year since we started.
Oh, that's awesome.
Started designing our own sorting machine, kind of just needed software to actually run the sorting machine and all the back end. So it all just meshes together well. So that kind of inspired making a scanning machine that actually people could use and list their product with, which turned into using a point of sale, which turned into making a buy list because some people wanted an a la carte buy list. And it all turned into something where we can offer these to customers piecemeal, basically. So if somebody was still on Binder, they could use our buy list and buy cards that Binder doesn't let them buy, which hopefully we'll be able to add the ability to buy custom items to, like maybe video games or comics on that buy list as well.
Sure. That's super cool. So your platform is called SortSwift, and I love this, the ultimate TCG ecosystem. So you have all these different things, and what's really cool about your pricing model is that you do kind of different bundles. You even do a la carte. So somebody just wants to do buy lists, they can do that, or just wants to do inventory. Your system also connects to Shopify. And what else? What other kinds of things does it do?
So our system, let me kind of talk about inventory if you want to scroll down to the inventory tab on there. Pretty much anything, as long as it's supported on TCG Player, then we can import it to our system. We usually have it all within 24 hours. If you're using our scanners, we also store the front and back card images, so you can identify exact cards that you have in your inventory, customizable pick lists. So we can generate a pick list on the actual back end that is sorted by your chaos remark or whatever format you want to do, set in A to Z, game, color, the CSV imports and deductions. So you can import with the CSV pretty much any format. We allow you to remap the header directly in the web page instead of having to do some CSV modifications before uploading. You can also deduct inventory with CSVs as well. We also keep track of your adjustment history. So if you go up or down, that is all logged manually. If you delete it, if you have an order, it's all kept track of in the back end for your items. So you can have profitability reports with the cost per card tracking. So whenever you sell a card, it picks the first card that you added to inventory. It will show you a profit that you had between the cost and then the amount you sold it for and what day you sold it on per card. So it's not just an aggregated cost of averages and stuff. It's literally, I bought this card for $1, I sold it for $2, I made $1.
That's
and
awesome.
Then if you buy it for $1.50 the next time, then it will know to pull the next card in line, and your cost was then $1.50. If you still sold it for $2, then you only made 50 cents. It keeps track of all of that.
That's really cool.
Our buy list can allow you to buy cards on different ranges at different percentages. You can do a flat offer or a percentage offer. So for like bulk rates, you can buy different rarities at different rates as well. There are 4 price points you pick for main pricing, and we have an entire order management on the back end to chat with the customer as well as send the customer emails. And if you're using our point of sale, there is an add store credit button on the buy list page itself. All you have to do is hit add store credit, and that adds straight to that customer's account on Shopify store credit as well as our backend.
Wow, that's awesome. So it syncs between Shopify store credit and your platform. That's super cool. That's awesome. What does syncing mean?
Because SortSwift is basically an independent system of any platform. Everything we do can be managed on our system without another system. So like Shopify, for example, if you want to list your items to sell on there, you select a syncing platform to Shopify. Then SortSwift will keep that stock in track with Shopify. If an item sells on Shopify, if you're subscribed to any of the other syncing platforms, it will deduct from those platforms as well.
Cool.
The only one that doesn't automatically do that is the TCG Player one. That one is a semi-automated Chrome extension where you just click one button, it'll deduct from your inventory on our system, and you can generate a CSV from our system to deduct items that sold elsewhere on TCG Player.
That's awesome. You're scanning, that's pretty powerful stuff.
So card scanning is probably our biggest system. Whenever you actually scan cards, we keep track of the actual image, as well as we have a Pi controller for the scanner where you can just scan straight on the scanner and it will go to your website. In the interface, you don't have to download an image and then upload an image to actually identify things. Using that Pi extension, you can also tell it to stop on cards that are scanned over $5, and it will stop scanning cards. You pull that card out, you tell it to start again. Okay, so on this interface here, we'll identify these cards. So I just uploaded some images straight from my folder. This card was identified as Commander Legends, but there may be a case where it identifies incorrectly as Commander 2014. All you have to do is you can filter on the left. If you want to just type Legends, click on that item, there's the card. You could also not search. You could sort it by card number if you wanted to, and then find the card that way based on the card number on the bottom of the card. You can hit enter to go to the next card. If it's, for example, a foil, all you have to do is press Control and it will give it a nice foil effect. This will also update all of the IDs for this item, which you can then export in a CSV file and upload wherever you want.
Auto pricing, that makes sense. So it will automatically adjust your prices. So is that based on like where do you get the prices that it's based on?
All of the data that we get for pricing currently comes from TCG Player, but
Okay.
we're working on integrating other price sources where people can pick what price source they want to use.
Cool. Import and export, event manager coming soon. That's exciting. What's WMS? Oh, warehouse.
Warehouse management system. So that one will be basically how our chaos system works now, but fully automated, where somebody gets a phone and it tells them go to bin 4, pull this card out. Then they hit done, and then they go. It'll give them another prompt of what to do. Basically, it makes it where you could hire someone off the street to manage your card store that knows nothing about cards.
Right. That's super cool. And then you got additional catalog sources and manage comics coming soon. And we're pretty excited about this integration. I think one of the things that our stores will be most interested in is the point of sale stuff. So why don't we jump into your POS?
Okay.
And we'll just maybe run through, like, let's just do a fun transaction. We'll fake out a transaction here.
So currently we do it across 3 different tabs just because the logic is a little easier for us to do. The first one, this will allow you to sell items that are out of stock, but they're still in our catalog.
Sure.
The second one will create an order on Shopify using Shopify items that are listed on your Shopify.
Okay.
And this third one allows you to adjust and import a draft order from Shopify. So for example, I have one here that we can play with. Right now, you copy this ID for the draft order. We're working on making it where you can use this ID, but you import the order. It will fetch that order. We've got that item from that order. We'll build the cart. We have cash tracking. So whenever you actually sell an item, it will keep track of what's in your drawer.
Okay.
If you log a purchase, so say you buy something from a customer, eventually you'll be able to add that specific item in the cart itself. But right now, this is our easy workaround. Say you gave them $10 cash, you can log that and it will deduct that out of your cash float.
Okay, cool.
So say we want to give this cart a discount. We can give the entire discount 50% off of these items. That will adjust our tax rate, the amount that they owe, and we can also tie a customer. Since there's no customer tied on this order here, I can go and add myself as the customer. I can then tie, if I wanted to, store credit they could use to spend on this. I believe I have enough. No, I only have 32 in store credit. So I'm just going to do all cash. If I hit complete payment here, oops, let me do this. I gave $160 in cash. I get $72 in change. If we go over here, that has now been generated. We have a receipt. Come up here. If we refresh this page, this is now marked as completed.
Yep.
It's got the $80 discount on there and then what they paid in taxes.
That's cool.
And the total. But
that's awesome.
So whenever that actually happens, it generates an order also on this one. I don't know if the draft order actually makes an order on this side because it's already a draft order on Shopify.
Yeah.
But if you make a sale on any of the other pages, it will create an order on this page, which is then tracked on our reporting page, which this is a new addition that we've done. So on the 27th, which is yesterday, we had a $134 transaction on card. The tax is separated between the two, just in case you need something for tax purposes. It's also separated over here, but you get the subtotal before tax. All of this info is exportable on a CSV. You can also filter the dates that you wanna show on this.
So what I'm really, really liking about the stuff that you've built is that, one, it's just evolves so quickly. Like every time you show me something, it's the next evolution of it. And also, like, we talked, like 2-3 months ago for the first time, and within like that day you had started working on draft orders and product syncing. So it's nice to have a partner that actually wants to partner. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, so it's been really, really good from our point of view, and just watching you guys grow and seeing how much you've developed is very cool. If somebody wants to know more about SortSwift, what would they do?
Easiest thing they can do is click that little book a call button there. Yeah, and they can they can book a call, or on the bottom right, there's a little chat box.
Yep.
You can click that. I always have that tab open. Unless I'm out of the store, then I usually reply pretty quickly. Selecting a call there. You can't select same day. It's always next day.
Yeah.
But if you pick a call in there, then I'll show up. I'll give you answer any questions you have. I will walk through the whole system if you want me to, or show you specific areas. It's very hard to cram an entire demonstration in 30 minutes of everything we do.
Yeah.
But I can at least chip away at the main questions.
For sure, yeah. And what you do is so much more complex than the stuff we do. I mean, we do one tiny piece of this, and that's on design.
Right.
All the other stuff that you guys do. Really, really interesting stuff is your bundled pricing. So we went through kind of the a la carte options, but when we bundle stuff together, you're getting a really, really good deal for what you're getting.
Yeah, so we bundle monthly. If you just pick the main core, it saves you $25 a month. The Core Plus saves you $50, and the Core Max saves you $75. We also go a little further, and we also offer yearly and 3-year plans, and you get an even bigger discount on top of that.
Cool.
The only difference between the core plans is the amount of scans and games that you can do. It's those bottom two selectors. Everything else on them is the same. If you want to include scanning with your stuff, then I would definitely go with the Core Plus. That's what a lot of people go with. The Core Max, the unlimited, is if you use like the simple sifter. The Pi hardware that we use with the scanner allows you to scan unlimited cards and identify unlimited cards using that Pi hardware.
That's awesome. And this is the actual scanner.
So that is our sorter machine. The scanner on the top left up there by the word super, that can be used independently without a sorting machine. So if you just have the scanner, you can use all of our scanning plans just with that scanner. You don't have to have a big fancy sorting machine to use our scanning systems.
Amazing. Well, that's very cool. Yeah. So folks should definitely check out SortSwift.com for sure. And talk to Micah. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I'll answer all your questions. If you have any, like if you add me on Discord, I usually reply within like 10 seconds on there. So I'm pretty responsive.
For our binder folks out there, that's going to be a big difference. And I know you've been you were very active on the binder Discord back in the day. So you've been around for a while, and it's not, this ain't your first rodeo. Plus you've got your own store, right?
Yeah, I've got my own store. I basically am building this software for our store because I know other stores can use it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Micah. So yeah, folks, go check out SortSwift.com, and you can talk to Micah, schedule a demo with him, and see if they're right. And I know you told me offline that you also have a binder importer, so you can bring all their stuff in fairly easily. And
yeah, it's pretty much offhands on their part, other than giving us access to the Shopify store with a partner's account.
That's beautiful, and that's all that anyone needs to do. Awesome. Thank you so much. And check out SortSwift.com.
Well, thank you.
How does this happen? As soon as I'm on this thing, all of a sudden, like my vet calls and like all of my deliveries happen all at once. Oh my God, this last 15 minutes has just been pure chaos. I don't think I'm ever going to do one of these again. Hey, you know what? I don't really want to talk anymore. So why don't I bring in Micah, and he can answer all your questions.
Hello.
Oh my God, Micah. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Have you seen the abject terror and panic that has been happening? Like, because you can actually see behind the scenes.
I can't see you on the behind the scenes, but you can see me.
Oh, okay, all right. I get a text message that was like from one of my neighbors who said, "Hey, there's 3 big, huge boxes in your driveway, and it's raining right now." So I run outside, and my lunar order is just sitting in the driveway, and the bottom box is wet. So I had to bring it in and rip it open and get like the inner boxes out before they could get wet. And then I come down here, and like just as that video is ending, my vet calls. So, stop.
That's how it always works. Once you're busy, everything comes up.
And this day has been crazy. Like there's just been it's been nonstop since like I think 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is when the first thing dropped, and it's just been thing after thing after thing. So yeah, welcome. Let's talk a little bit about SortSwift. I saw quite a bit of good back and forth going on in the chats. Which is pretty exciting.
Been trying to answer as they come up.
Yeah, for sure. The one good question was, and I'll bring them up because there's folks on Facebook and other platforms too. Is there a possibility to export an Excel file to customize my needs? For example, I'd like to create a template compatible with Card Market. Love to use it for managing my inventory. You had a pretty good answer there. So
yeah, that works.
Card Market IDs in your database, you're adding more of them. And they can download stuff as CSVs too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything in our system is built to be independent of each other, but they're built to work better together. So if they just want to use, scanning with Card Market, then as long as our system has the IDs, then it'll work well for it.
Awesome. Brainy Singh says, "Hey Brainy, how you doing? Brian, the WMS is a feature needed on managed comics. That's the warehouse management system. So that's why we let people smarter than us do that. So in Shopify, there's actually shop. Anyway, there's a warehouse management system in there. We are more of a conduit to bring the data in and then really just allocate it to your customers and feed it off to a smarter system that can do more of that stuff. I think that doing all of the things is way harder than I have the capability of doing right now, quite frankly. Mike is about 20 years younger than me, so
just a little younger. Yeah. I mean, we're always open. If you ever wanted to, we could integrate something where, comics could use our inventory system or something.
Yeah, so for sure.
It's
for sure.
Save you that headache of making a warehouse system. So.
Well, exactly. And it's like a very important, but it's a niche piece rather than being kind of part of the thing that we're focused on doing, which is really, I mean, to be clear, our goal is more for the customer end than the store end. We certainly facilitate the stores being able to order and everything, and really maintaining those ridiculously complex relationships with all the different comics players. But the thing was originally built really to help my customers subscribe to more comics, and I proved that it could help them subscribe to more comics, and so I offered it to more and more stores. There's other solutions out there that are really, really, really geared towards the back office part of the business. And they're the ones that I'd prefer to team up with. So Mike is a perfect example. Like, they have as many tools for dealing with the ingress of cards and everything as they do for like a customer who wants to build a custom deck. So it's just a different skill set, and it's not one that I'm necessarily great at, quite frankly. But yeah, that's why we have good partnerships like this. Scanning with SortSwift works awesome. I've done thousands and thousands. That's really good.
Yeah, we've had probably 2.3 million cards scanned through our system. So,
that's amazing.
2.277522. 2,277,522 cards so far have been scanned through our system.
I should run a how many books have been checked in through Managed Comics. That'd be an interesting number.
That'd be a great number. We try to always have these. Okay, so sorry, I refreshed the page. It's 2,323,444, not 277. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't refreshed the page in a while, apparently.
If anybody has any questions for Micah, feel free to jump in and ask away, and we'll definitely get your questions answered. I know that if we go to, so we did this on our last.
Jacob said, "Does that number count the super sorters?" Yeah, it does count super sorters counting.
How much of those things end up using?
I don't have that separated, but I'd probably say it's a third of that, or maybe a little less than a third.
That's awesome. Wrong. I've got. Oh, that's why, because I had video still going in the background. So yeah, if anybody is interested in learning more about SortSwift, or you would like to talk to Micah, so you can just go to sortswift.com. You can click this little book a call button, and it will take you to all of his availability. Or you can click on the little chat with me down here, and he will respond to you immediately. I've done this a number of times, so I know that this is true. Actually, this is how I originally reached out to him too. So yeah, go ahead and learn more about SortSwift. And if you have questions at any point, feel free to ask them here. And he is watching and standing by.
I'm just chilling around to answer anybody's questions here today. Kind of gave you a full pre-recorded demo, but there's so much more other than what was shown in that demo that we actually offer. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, we spent about 25 minutes, and I think you only went through about a third, and I edited it down to about 15 minutes because there was a lot of me umming and ahhing in it, so I wanted to kind of tighten it up a little bit. But yeah, we definitely could have gone through a lot more stuff. Do you think you'll ever add a buy list for video games? Does it currently have any video game support?
Funny story on that one. We were actually integrating video games and sports cards to our database this week. So video games we almost have finished in the database, which in the end will be able to be buy listed on the buy list because it's just another catalog that we carry in our catalog. So yeah, the answer to that is yes.
That's awesome. You have the data for the video game stuff?
Yeah, so we partnered with Price Charting to get all of the video games, all the sports cards, and and everything that they offer, as well as graded pricing for singles and graded prices for sports cards. So it's been hard to integrate, but we've been doing pretty good. Devin has been working really hard making it all happen on the back end. So
that's amazing. Awesome. So folks, go check out sortswift.com and talk to Micah and let him know that Managed Comics sent you.
That's for sure. I like to know where everybody comes from, even if you come off of Reddit or see something on Facebook, somebody commented. Please tell me. That way I can go thank those people for actually talking about us.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Micah.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, my pleasure. Yeah, and we're probably going to send out some more information about SortSwift in the next week or so. This next week is crazy busy because I'm going on vacation at the end of next week. So we're trying to cram 1,001 things, but I'd really like to get some information about SortSwift out to all of our customers, especially the folks using certain other systems that will remain nameless, which I feel like
everybody knows. You don't even need to mention the name.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Micah. Talk soon.
Thank you. We'll see you.
All right, folks. I think that is going to pretty much do it. I have to go put out a bunch of fires and find out if my comics are soaking wet. If you have any questions, shoot them here. Of course, other place to find me every Tuesday, I am on the Comic Industry Insiders Live. This coming Tuesday is going to be a 6-month check-in on what's going on with the Diamond bankruptcy in the last 48 hours. I don't think I've ever seen as much kind of stuff happen as what has happened in the last little while. So yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of stuff is happening. So it's a good thing as a retailer to kind of keep up on this stuff. And we're doing a lot of research around it. The Data Bros is my podcast that I do with Jeff and Django over from Comic Shop Assistant. We drop weekly episodes. We're reposting our most recent Comic Industry Insiders Take Brover episodes, and we've got one more episode in the can, and then we'll be off to new episodes. You can also see me on my weekly webinars every Thursday at 2 p.m., usually 2 p.m. This week they're at 4 p.m. Next week they're back to 2 p.m. Just because we were doing this at 3 p.m., just easier to do that afterwards. And then we can actually kind of have people stick around after this. Yeah, so normally they're at 2 p.m. You'll find them on the homepage of Managed Comics and also at managedcomics.com/webinar. Next webinar is at 4 p.m. today. So if you have questions, join us. So just go over to managedcomics.com/webinar right now, or just go to the front page of Managed Comics. You'll find a big webinar link right there, and you can just go ahead and register. So yeah, we hope to see you there. Here, I'll show you where that is. I think I have to remove this one and then show this one. So if you go to the homepage of Managed Comics, you'll see that webinar link right there. And when you click through to that, either place, it'll take you to the registration and send you a calendar invite and all that jazz. So yeah, please join us, especially if you have any questions. And I think that's going to do it. So this was a really crazy day, and I'm hoping that the worst of it is behind me. He says, as his dog is lying literally on top of my feet beneath me. So I hope that the vet call was just that everything's okay. Anyway, thanks so much, everyone. We will see you next time.